too. Sorry we're late. There was tons of traffic on the way.
So much traffic. It's so LA.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Well, Nuki's told me a lot about you.
Oh, did she?
Was ist so lustig, ha? Was ist lustig?
What does that mean?
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we will talk about modern women's friendships, how a woman cannot let her guard down even with her friend around her man, and how friends tend to ruin their friends' healthy marriages by giving toxic advice. We want to invite you to smash that like button. Let's support the movement. Subscribe to the channel. That's the only contribution we ask of you, man. Add your grain of sand to the movement. Leave us your experience in the comments for any man who needs it. And without further introduction, let's get started.
Her always complimenting him a little too much or just laughing like extra loud at his
A friend that wants your man's attention is not a friend. Go watch that creator's entire video. This is why I always say, if you have a gut instinct that a woman is trying to get your husband's attention, your man's attention, just get rid of that friend. You don't want a friend like that, because even if you have the best husband in the world and he's just not paying attention, he'll walk away. You don't want a friend in your life that is going to disrespect you like that. Because if you go watch that creator's whole video, it started out as her friend complimenting her husband, laughing at his jokes a little too hard, telling her, oh my gosh, you're so lucky that you found him, to being in a bathing suit twerking while her husband was in the jacuzzi with them. Like, at that point, I'm dragging that girl out. Like, you're not going to disrespect me like that. But that's why I say, if you see a red flag in a woman, like she's showing signs of being interested in your man, you don't want a friend like that. Don't let it escalate. And I'm not saying it's that creator's fault, but I do think this is a really good cautionary tale of how women like that will escalate.
I want you to understand two things about this topic. First, women tend to be very competitive and territorial. That's why they tend to be more jealous than men. When they feel a threat, often that threat is close by, because not all friends are truly loyal. Because we all know that the worst enemy of a woman is another woman. Second, there is the concept of preselection. A man becomes more attractive when he is with a woman, especially if she is beautiful. Friends might flirt with their friend's boyfriend or husband, driven by envy and preselection. Many friends compete with each other and have similar tastes, even in men. And hearing firsthand everything you do for your woman attracts them more, because you meet the requirements they look for in a man, as you have already been approved by a woman. A married man tends to attract more attention because he doesn't look needy and appears confident. He is not easily distracted by other women. This is why if your woman has many single friends, there is a high chance your marriage could be ruined. And when it ends, it's common for the friend to be the first to flirt with you. And believe me, some like the ones described in this video do not hide it.
Why is Jason not allowed to be my Valentine this year, you ugly rat?
Dude, calm down. Also, what the hell are you talking
He's
about?
been my Valentine every single year until your insecure ass came into the picture. I know you're forcing him to stay away from me because you're threatened by our friendship.
Actually, his girlfriend should be his only Valentine, and it was his idea to set boundaries with you.
Boundaries? That's a funny word for insecure. I didn't know it was a crime to spend one night alone in a hotel room with my best friend. I've literally known him way longer than you guys have even been dating.
It's not a crime, but it definitely makes me uncomfortable, especially because you told him you're wearing lingerie, which is really weird.
How is that weird? He's seen me in way less clothing than that. If anything, I was being modest and respecting you. It's not my fault that I'm shaped like an Instagram model and you look like a sack of potatoes, asshole.
Well, Jason must be attracted to potatoes then, because at the end of the day, he'd rather be with me and not you.
No, that's just because you're a controlling bitch. Maybe if you loosened his leash a little bit, you know he'd come running to me and would choose me instead of you.
Didn't he friend zone you like a bunch of times? I'm pretty sure you guys would be dating if he was interested. Just saying.
Well, guess what, sweetheart? I don't see a ring on your finger, so I still have a lot of time. I promise he'll be spending Valentine's Day with me one way or another.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is what I call the simp woman of a Chad. Sometimes, a woman acts like a friend to a man, but she actually wants something more, while he only sees her as a friend. But don't be mistaken, gentlemen. Women know very well that friendships between men and women always have a bit of unresolved sexual tension. Women hate it when their partner has female friends because those friends can become his emotional refuge. Most women want to be that for their man. And of course, We all know the saying, firefighters don't step on each other's hoses. Women perfectly understand the tactics and manipulations used by other women. Additionally, those friends can open our eyes to things our partner does that we hadn't noticed. So when they see a friend getting too close, they perceive the danger before we do. Why do you think women hate it when we have female friends? They know those friends can be a real threat. And the first thing they will want to do is push them away from you because they see them as a direct threat to the relationship. And here's the funny part. Women never really trust other women. They just pretend out of courtesy. So remember, brothers, if your woman starts making faces when a friend gets too close, now you know why. It's not paranoia. It's pure defense strategy.
I will never understand why people get upset when their significant other is hit on. Like girls getting upset because other girls are looking at their man. And the same goes for guys. Personally, I want my man to be everyone's crush in the club. Like, I want everyone to have a crush on my man. Because he's fine. Like, duh, they're gonna, like, look at him and be like, damn. Like, I take that as a compliment. Like, I find so much entertainment from when my man walks away from me and goes to get a drink at the bar, and there's, like, a group of girls that's just, like, staring at him, like, they're, like, whispering at each other, like, which one's gonna go over there? Well, I just sit back and I'm like, yeah, I know. And, like, the sheer entertainment that I get from seeing my man's face when a girl does approach him and tells him something, and he's like... And then he walks over to me and hands me my drink and gives me a kiss, and all the girls are like, you wish that was you, huh? Like, what's the point of getting mad at that? I will never be that girl that goes up to a girl who's talking to my boyfriend and be like, excuse me, that's my man. I just sit back and wait for him to be like, oh yeah, that's my beautiful girlfriend over there. And for her to be like, oh my god, she's so pretty. Having a hot man is fun. The way I see it is that when people are hitting on my man, I'm winning. Like, I must be doing something right.
Oh my god! Wow!
A woman wants to be the queen of her man. She expects him to always give her her place. Confident women prefer a man who attracts other women, which is called pre-selection, and it makes them feel like they have the best male available. It's a primitive instinct, like in caveman times. When a woman sees others flirting with her man, she pays attention to his reaction. If he doesn't give her her place, there will be drama. But if he reaffirms her, she feels empowered and can look at the other girl with a bitch. He's mine look, knowing that she is one. This is so true that in some cultures, like Chinese culture, it's not frowned upon for a man to have a mistress, as long as he doesn't give her place to another woman or disrespect her in public. Male and female infidelity is not viewed the same way. A woman won't care as much about infidelity if the man brings a lot to the table and gives her her place. This may seem impossible in the West, but in other cultures, many women aren't bothered as long as they are the wife and receive their place and respect as such.
I've got that one friend that becomes overly flirty and different around my boyfriend. That's not a friend.
That is not a friend.
That's a hoe.
Like, that's for the streets.
No, you've got no time for this kind of people around you.
She a hoe.
Basically, you need to be careful about the kind of friends that you have around you and the people you have around you, right? Because, you know, them kind of girls that get overly excited about guys.
Yeah,
and
they're not even excited about guys. Anna, do you know what they're excited about?
Money.
No.
What?
They're excited about attention from guys. They love attention. They want to feel the sexiest, the
That's
prettiest,
true.
the most beautiful.
Girls like that need
Yeah.
attention or they're attention seeking.
Yeah.
And I think you need to be careful, just like how we are with men and we call it red flags with men and we pick up signs on toxic, bad men. You should be able to pick up signs on toxic, bad friends.
Yeah, to be honest, I just keep my circle really small. And I don't want any of these friends, fake friends ever again in my life. Don't bring these hoers around me. Anna always tries to bring these kind of hoers, these hoes around me in my life. She's like, Mandy, new friend. Fuck off, keep her out of my life.
Because at that point when I'm doing it, I'm not thinking they would do something
Why?
wrong. And I'm just thinking, oh, they're fun, let's go out, let's have a good time. But then I've started to change now.
I'm not doing
it
it.
anymore.
A girl even laughs differently around Gingerbeard, I'm slapping the laugh out of her face. Look, if it's someone that you can't trust to go, like, your boyfriend to drop them home at night, just them two, that's not your friend. That's just some hoa. She got to get.
As I said, the worst enemy of a woman is another woman. They are right in what they say. Women are addicted to attention. As I have explained, attention is the currency of men. When a woman sees that a friend has a man who is her type and this friend is attractive and has already pre-selected you, she tends to want to flirt with the man subtly and sometimes blatantly because she wants to show her friend that if she wants, she can take him from her. That's why I always wonder where the so-called solidarity among women is. That's why you often hear women say they don't have friends or that their friends are sisters or mothers. The reality is that many women don't completely trust other women. They prefer to keep their circles of friendship reduced to those they really consider safe. As a man, it's best to always respect your woman. It's essential to give her her place and not fall into the traps of the tension that other women might create. But it's true that sometimes there are friends who try to cross lines. The key is to be firm and clear in your boundaries. This is dangerous because it puts the man in an uncomfortable position. If you tell your woman, she might not believe you. That's why I always recommend having a man's lifesaver, a phone, and keeping evidence before going to your woman. If you go without proof, it's possible that all the blame will fall on you, and women are experts at playing the victim. So, be careful.
You know what really tickles my ick pickle? When my female friends say, so you're choosing your man over your friend. Sis, I'm choosing my man over everybody and everything every single time, with the exception of my children. But even that has its limits. And before you guys call me a pick-me, just hear me out, right? Dating is for marriage, and marriage is death does us part. What do I look like committing the rest of my life to somebody I'm not making my top priority? Your friends will leave you for life or their own love. Your children will grow up and move on. Your siblings get their own life. Your parents eventually die. A job will replace you, and you can't take nothing with you. So what, if not love, should the top priority be? And before you say, but you're not married yet, correct. And I'm never going to get there if I don't make my partner my priority, or you shouldn't be doing wife things without wife benefits. This isn't a job. Albeit work, you don't get to show up to your marriage interview with a resume compiled of all your previously failed attempts, okay? Love is only proven by consistently showing your commitment to it. And if you prioritize everybody or everything over your man, it ain't gonna happen for you, sis. And please, spare me the, you tried it before, look how your last ex did you. I don't care. I am going to give it my all every single time until I get it right, because my love is my priority and nobody gets to tell me otherwise. Like, what are y'all really out here doing? For real.
A beer for this woman. She told the whole truth. What she said is what many don't want to admit, which is prioritizing their man. Many women let themselves be influenced by their single or divorced friends and their toxic advice. Believe me, brother, if you have a woman who has a divorced mother, a divorced sister, and all divorced friends, let me tell you that you are next. That influence is like a contagious disease that will cause symptoms in your marriage. Misery loves company. Why do you think you can never solve problems with your woman? Everything always becomes bigger than it really is. It's because she goes to the WhatsApp group and says what's happening, and the vipers, friends, come to give their humble advice, which is never in favor of the man. That's why when you meet a girl who is always on girls' trips, in clubs every week, and with a large group of single friends, something is wrong there. Their influence is not from healthy marriages, but from unstable women. The apple, unfortunately, doesn't fall far from the tree. If your woman hangs out with them, she might be the same, because if you walk with a limp, you eventually limp too. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Have you ever had problems with one of your wife's friends? When you have seen other women flirt with you in front of your wife, how has she reacted? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.